Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty King Abdullah attended the closing ceremony of the Al Faris International Horseback Archery Championship 3rd, held at Al Raya Parade Grounds in the Royal Court. The King presented awards to the winners of the 3 archery styles: the Asian style, the European style and the Oriental style. A short film wrapping up the various activities of the 2-day championship was also shown in the closing ceremony. 48 contestants from 25 countries took part in the championship, organized in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism, the Jordan Tourism Board and the Public Security Department. Over to Syria, where Syrian rebels began evacuating from 3 towns in the eastern Qalamun region in the Damascus countryside and will go to northern Syria in a surrender agreement. The withdrawal will restore state control over the eastern Qalamun enclave, some 40 kilometers from Damascus. State TV said rebel fighters and their families would be transported from eastern Qalamun to Idlib and Jarablus, a rebel-held territory at the border with Turkey, with 3,200 militants and their families expected to leave today. North Korea said it would immediately suspend nuclear and missile tests, scrap its nuclear test site, and instead pursue economic growth and peace on the Korean peninsula. The turn of events come ahead of planned summits with South Korea and the United States. According to the country's state-run television, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said his country no longer needed to conduct nuclear tests or intercontinental ballistic missile tests because it has completed its goal of developing nuclear weapons. The statement was welcomed by the U.S. president, who said he looked forward to the summit. While other countries welcomed the decision as meaningful toward denuclearization of the peninsula, some voiced caution. The funeral of former U.S. First Lady Barbara Bush was held at a Houston church, with some 1,500 mourners paying their tributes, among them 4 former U.S. presidents. The wife of the 41st president and the mother of the 43rd died on Tuesday at the age of 92. President George H.W. Bush paid tribute to his wife by wearing a pair of socks with books on them, honoring her work with literacy over the years. Her son, Jeb, delivered a eulogy, while there were also readings from Barbara Bush's granddaughters. Former presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, their wives, and current First Lady Melania Trump were all on hand for the service. President Donald Trump did not attend. Meanwhile, in Britain, Queen Elizabeth II is marking her 92nd birthday with a star-studded concert in London. Sting, Shaggy, Tom Jones, Craig David and Kylie Minogue are all singers performing at the celebration at Royal Albert Hall, billed as the Queen's birthday party. The event is a break in tradition for the Queen, who usually spends her birthday privately with little public celebration. Earlier in the day, honorary gun salutes were staged in Hyde Park, the Tower of London and the town of Windsor to mark the occasion. The Queen celebrates 2 birthdays every year: her actual birthday on April 21st and her official birthday on the 2nd Saturday in June. Artists and fans alike continue to pay tribute to Swedish DJ Avicii, who died suddenly in Oman yesterday. Avicii, whose real name is Tim Bergling, was 28, and the cause of death was not given. He was one of the biggest stars of electronic dance music in Europe. Known for hits like Wake Me Up and Hey Brother, Avicii announced in 2016 that he was retiring from touring for health reasons. However, he did not stop making music, releasing a 6-track EP album the following year. Avicii won a number of American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards and MTV Europe Music Awards. In sports, a ceremony was held in the Ukrainian capital Kiev as the men and women's Champions League trophies were displayed for soccer lovers. Until the men's tournament's final game on May 26th, the trophies will tour around the largest cities of the country, including Dnipro, Kharkiv, Odessa, Mariupol and Lviv. And finally, for a quick look at the weather, a further drop in temperature is expected tomorrow as the kingdom comes under the effect of a cold air mass accompanied by a weak depression. Scattered rain is expected in the northern and central parts of the kingdom, while winds will be northwesterly moderate to brisk, stirring dust in the southern and eastern regions. Amman can expect a high of 18 degrees Celsius and a low of 8 degrees. In the Gulf of Aqaba, warm conditions prevail with daytime temperatures at 28 degrees, dropping down to 16 at night. And with this, we come to the end of this edition of the news. I'm Ali Atuqan. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.